Right. Hello there, Carmela. Hello, everybody out there, and welcome to Tea Time Tuesday. We are excited to have you all here. As
Yeah.
you are joining, please remember to like and share this broadcast. I'm definitely excited to be here. I know we are definitely excited to be here. It's a beautiful day here where I am, a beautiful, wonderful day. I hope you guys are having an off to a great Tuesday this morning. Again, welcome to Tea Time Tuesday, where we pause, reset, and build resilience. Hospitality says, welcome the Renewal Center. If you're ever in the area, in Concord or Charlotte area, and you are driving through, come experience the hospitality of the Renewal Center. We're located in the beautiful city of Concord, North Carolina. And we look forward to you coming in. Come in and have a cup of coffee and tea and cafe, or just come on in. And if you're coming and having a meeting and need to stop for a little break or a breather, we invite you to come in
Yes.
and visit with us. We'll be glad to have you again. If you're ever in the area, please make sure to drop by the Renewal Center. It is great hospitality at the Renewal Center, a wonderful place. You have to experience it on your own. So we invite you to experience that on your own by dropping in. All right. So as you all know, we have some observance for the month. And this is the Renewal Center. We're celebrating Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. Let's
Yes.
continue to promote brain health and join the fight. All right. And you can find out more information about that by going to the Alzheimer's Association, their website, and that's alz.org to find out more information about the Alzheimer's again and Brain Awareness Month. And so we, as the Renewal Center, we are honoring those who have had, Alzheimer's, or those who have or currently have it, or actually are dealing with forms of dementia and brain awareness. So again, the Renewal Center is celebrating Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. All right. And we're talking about just our brain health and the ways to promote brain health as well. So this is the month to look into that as well. All right, so this month, join the Renewal Center as we celebrate Men's Health Awareness Month. All right, and this is just a time where it's promoting men's health. A month is celebrated during the entire month of June. This week is Men's Health Week, which goes from June 10th to June 16th. And this is a time where you can have awareness, prevention, and education for men's health. And so we want to make sure that we promote Men's Health Month, and the Renewal Center, we're definitely promoting it. And this is Men's Health Week. So those men out there, and the men in your life and men in your family, let's be aware of Men's Health Week and the month as we recognize it. And you can wear a blue ribbon, or you can wear something blue on Friday, June 14th, in observance to Men's Health Week. And we're recognizing that. And I know that I will have on my blue to recognize that as well. So, as we're moving forward, we want to share with you the tea of the week. Again, welcome to our renewers. I've seen everyone that came on. Welcome, everybody, to Tea Time Tuesday. Welcome. Make
Yes.
sure to share and invite, and make sure you have your tea time journals ready for this afternoon. So we're going to go ahead and go with the tea of the week. Being that it is summer and spring, the tea of the week is iced strawberry green tea. That looks refreshing. There's nothing
Mhm.
like a good cold glass of iced tea or tea in the summer times. I tell you, it's so refreshing. And again, this you can make this at home. And this is just a great opportunity to just be refreshed and be renewed. You can take time to reset and pause with a nice cold glass of iced tea. Again, iced strawberry green tea.
Ooh, that
and
looks good.
absolutely delicious. I tell you, today, what is your tea of choice, or what are you having this afternoon? What there, Carmela?
I am having, once again, I think I'm having ginger, some type of ginger tea, and then of course, I got to add some cream in it.
Okay.
No summer tea for me today, but that sure looked good. That looked
Yes,
really
it does.
refreshing.
It looks refreshing. I am having a sparkling water. It's blackberry sparkling water
Ooh.
by Perrier. It's really, really refreshing. I love blackberries. And so anything with blackberries, and this is healthy because there's no sugars. So I love my sparkling water. So today I'm
That sounds
having
good.
blackberry sparkling water.
Mm.
All right, out there in our Tea Time community, what are you guys having this afternoon? What are you drinking today? What are you having? Come on, share with us. I'm looking, it's a little quiet out there this afternoon. All right, the Blue Hearts from Monique. All right. All right. Good afternoon. Thank you for those Blue Hearts for Men Awareness Week. Good afternoon. I think it's Nicole, I think I saw. Good afternoon. Living in faith every day. Happy tea time to you as well. Welcome to Tea Time Tuesday. You're having water. All right, very good. So we have our different drinks this morning. Lavender tea.
Mm.
All right, that sounds
Yeah.
really good. All right, thank you for sharing. All right. And so, as we move forward, we just want to tell you to make sure you have your journals and that you're ready. Make sure that you have prepared and invited someone to join us. So, right now, we're going to take part of. I see Monique has French vanilla coffee.
That sounds
All
good.
right, sounds refreshing. All right, isn't that coffee in there? So, we're going to take a moment to take time to pause, to reset, and build resilience. This is a time where we just kind of just getting quiet, just
Yeah.
pausing, allowing our thoughts to relax as we prepare for tea time, giving us a moment to pause. So we'll go ahead and go into our locating ourselves. All right, that was so wonderful. Guys, did you get a chance to look at those beautiful flowers? Just absolutely beautiful. What a way to locate ourselves by
Mhm.
looking at beautiful scenery, taking time to pause, reset, and build resilience. So, again, welcome to Tea Time Tuesdays. And we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Carmela, who's going to lead us this afternoon for our tea time. I am excited about what you are going to share this afternoon. So,
Thank
good
you.
afternoon to you, Carmela. How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling relaxed. I'm feeling good. I love this introduction, all of our awarenesses, and just our tea time community coming in and joining us today. Feeling pretty good, Hope. I'm ready for our renewal practices today. And I'm glad you're excited too. And so we're going to reach out to our tea time community today and just ask you guys, how are you doing? We're in the new month of June. Go ahead and put something in the chat for our other tea time community to let them know, how are you doing today? If you can put one positive word in the chat to just uplift someone, let's go ahead and do that. And while we're doing that, I want to kind of revisit a renewal practice that we engaged in about 2.5 years ago, maybe. And I thought about bringing it back because we always do like a check in. I know Hope and I and Patrick will come in and we'll do like a little check in June and July, and then towards the end of the year. And so, as we are entering into our week of June, I want to ask you guys, how are you doing with your momentum, with your plans, with your goals, with all of these things? But I would like to actually show this today. How can we keep momentum? Keeping the momentum.
It's good.
Sorry about the slide. I thought I had the other slide that would, cover everything. But keeping the momentum. How many of you agree about revisiting and I would say revisiting and reviewing is good. Sometimes we just need to review and revisit some of the renewal practices that we've had before. They can help us a lot if we can remind ourselves of how we're doing. And I want to talk about momentum today. Hope and I want to engage our Teton community about momentum, keeping the momentum. This is so exciting to me because I love the spinning top. I like talking about the spinning top. But before we get started, I see some remarks coming in, and let's see, what do we have? Living in faith every day. Okay, saying that she's focused. Okay, thank you for agreeing. Yes, we got to revisit and review things. You want to take Charlize's? Oh,
Sure.
she,
Hello. Good afternoon, Charlisa. Good afternoon. Welcome to Tea Time.
yes, thank you, Charlize. I thought Charlize was chiming in with something. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Once again, we're going to take a look at what we're going to talk about today because I think we all can benefit from just really being reminded about momentum and what that is. Keeping the momentum. And like I said, I love that spinning top. So that's kind of dating me as far as my age because we used to have spinning tops back in the day. I don't know if the kids play with spinning tops now. But that was one of our toys back in the day, spinning top. And we would just go in on that spinning top. And as you push harder and harder and faster, the spinning tops begin to gain momentum. And so that's why we have that spinning top there as an analogy to talk about what we're going to really share today. But sometimes we're all in the need of a little motivation, right? The last time I came on, the last time Hope came on, and Patrick, we all have something inspirational to talk about, to ignite inspiration in all of us. And so today we're going to talk about keeping focus. Momentum is there to keep us going and to keep us centered. And so, in your words, what is momentum? In your words, Hope, what is momentum to you?
Well, momentum to me is just the process of keeping going. Kind of like when we say keeping the momentum, it's like saying keep going, keep moving, keep that stride up. Kind of like when we we make plans or we have different things that we're working on, projects, creativity, we're creating, we're writing. We start off with an excitement. We start off with that push. And then sometimes in the middle of it, that sometimes we don't recognize as the middle, we kind of, sometimes we can kind of dim down a little. That excitement may not be there. And so it's kind of like restoring the momentum that you had from the beginning so that you can continue to move on through the duration of whatever you're doing in life, whatever you're doing on your journey. It's kind of like just like an athlete when you're running. For all my people that run or have ran track, it's like you start off with that push, and then sometimes you get a little, but it's like something that comes in. I have to keep that same momentum that I started with, so that I can endure and finish the race.
Y'all out there, tea timers, see, Hope and I haven't even talked about this before we came on, and Hope is already everything that we're going to talk about today. This is exactly the vein that we're in. And she's right. We want to be able to start off with a push. We're going to talk about that. And we want to be able to finish well. And the only way to really do that is to really take in the reins of like a runner. I mean, really, you want to gain and keep momentum. And so, as Hope was saying, momentum, and that's what we're going to talk about today, is to keep going, to keep moving. One of the things I want to talk about is to keep it steady, like a check-in with us right now about how are we doing. We need a positive boost sometimes. And like we said, we have goals, we have plans, we have objectives, we have a lot of things, we have meetings, we have a lot of things that we're engaging in, new things that we're learning, even the renewal practices that we have had over time. Sometimes it tends to drop away and the momentum dies out. And so we want to be able to come and bring some motivation into it while we're taking this pause today. Momentum is a force that keeps an object moving. And so, like that spinning top that we just was talking about, in order to keep it balanced, because you have to keep it going to keep it balanced. The spinning top will eventually start going all over the place and then just phase out as it loses momentum. But we need to keep that momentum to keep us continually balanced and necessary to keep it going. We need that force going. I see some remarks coming in. Monique Jackson is coming in. Monique is saying, momentum is a steady rhythm or a process of movement. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what momentum is. And so if we take a look at where we are, all of us, with our day-to-day, our week, the tasks, the plans, as Hope has said, the things that we implement. And this is why we come on Tea Time Tuesday, to take that pause and to break, because some of us are engaged in work all day long. We have plans and we're in front of this computer a lot, or we're in the office, we're in meetings, or we're making plans, or we're taking in Tea Time Tuesday objectives and principles every week. So how are we doing with that? We need some new positive strategies and some things that we're working on. How can we push the good habits that we're acquiring and these practices, like the renewal practices that we present at Tea Time? How can we actually maximize these things? So we don't want to get all this information and lose momentum over time. So I love momentum, and momentum will give us the motivation and the push, like Hope has said, because we're about to get started, to keep us going. So this is an encouraging Tea Time Tuesday today. As a check-in, I see some other, okay, that's another remark coming in. Let's talk about keeping the momentum. With each step, it's a positive thing, because if you look at momentum, with each stride, with each step, with each process or progress, it drives us to continue. That's what Hope was saying. It's a mindset to drive us to keep moving, to accomplish the things that we need to do. And so, Hope, just jump right on in. Before I actually put this up here, Hope, you have something you want to share about that?
Oh no, I was just agreeing with you and agreeing with the comments that are coming in, and just the point of, when you're talking about, momentum, we think about an intention, to be intention about continuing to move forward in momentum. So like the little spin top that you had, like when you spin the top, it's like you can only you have to keep spinning it. If you don't keep spinning it, then it just won't. You got to put some action there. You got to
Right.
put some push behind it.
I like that. I like what Hope just said. You got to put some action behind it. And actually, that means the force behind it is what keeps momentum. Monique is coming in with a remark, and Monique is saying, we have to put the renewal practices into action consistently. So we're constantly receiving good renewal practices, good information, good principles, and then other things that we are acquiring in our lives every day. We can start to take those in, but then sometimes it's like, oh gosh, I'm really not putting it into practice. And you kind of need a little nudge, you need a little boost. And then sometimes you may really need the momentum to keep it going. So I'm going to share with us today some renewal practices to help us. And this is a review. This is a kind of like a renewal of what we were looking at maybe 2.5 years ago when I presented this. So here it is. Keeping the momentum, just like Hope was talking about. It's really interesting how she used that analogy, because that's exactly what I'm using today. Sometimes, just like a runner, we need to warm up, right? Think about your plans, think about your goals, think about the objectives that you have, think about the endeavors. Before we start anything, our mindset needs to be together. concerning about the end game. If we are a track runner and we're out there running up, getting ready to run, we have to warm up. We have to start to get things together, get our mindset together, get the materials that are essential for whatever we're working on, or any essential information, or even the principles that are necessary to begin the process of where we're going. It really means that we need to take that opportunity to warm up. It's so important. If we don't warm up, what happens? We know what happens when we don't warm up, right? As track runners. So warming up puts us in a position, warming up gets us in a place of being at a launching pad. So just like a track runner gets ready, warm up. Now let's move to number 2, and then I'm going to talk about that, and Hope and I are going to ask our Tea Time community to share. Number 2, if you want to keep the momentum and let's, keep that track runner in mind, you got to make a great start, right? Making a great starts with your projects at hand. Maybe the meetings, maybe you're implementing a meeting, you're facilitating a meeting. What about your goals that you're working on this year? Here we are in June. Plans or the endeavors that you're taking, whatever it is, making a great start really puts you in a position to have that initiative and that intentionality, which is so essential. And so as a part of reset and building resilience, this is a great way to start your day, your week, your projects, to put your best foot forward. So when you're making a great start, you're putting your best foot forward. It means you're going to give it a hard try, to strive to do your best, to make a good impression on yourself. So this is why this is self-motivating. I'm going to go ahead and take this down. This aspect of momentum is so important because it's the start. We already warmed up, but the start, you want to get into a good position to start and make a good impression on yourself, because these are the projects that you're working on and the things that you're moving into, and it becomes very self-motivating. Y'all jump right on in. Come on, Tea Timers. Let us know. This is a very positive aspect of momentum. So we're thinking about the spinning wheel or the spinning top. And as it gains momentum, you got to get a good start. We're warming up, but you got that start. So you're getting the intentionality behind it. It's working. And the outcome is to continue to make that spinning wheel stay balanced and keep running. Hope you want to jump in and say anything?
I'm just listening, and I totally agree with what you're stating this afternoon regarding having that good start.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just really important. How we start off is important, and keeping that momentum, keeping that spinning top going at that speed, that it goes. Which I haven't played with a spinning top in a very long time.
Me either.
I haven't played with a spinning top, and so that's a good way of keeping things moving, keeping things going, and just continue to start. I just was just reflecting on how we start is just so important.
Oh my goodness. I agree. I've always heard, when you put your best foot forward, when you are in a good position, and how you start is really how you're going to continue to keep the pace. And so that kind of puts us into the next place. And let me back up a little bit. When I was looking up the word momentum and just words surrounding it and just the whole process, it really talked about our effort and our enterprise and ambition and initiative. And then this ability to stay motivated. It's so important. Sometimes we don't look at momentum as an important aspect or a practice that is important, but it is, because eventually we don't want to die out. We don't want to burn out. We don't want to all of that stuff or lose the motivation that we have. It's so vital and essential to us. So it moves us into not just getting a good start and warming up, but now that we got that spinning top going, we want to pace ourselves, just like the track runner. And we talked about pacing as one of our renewal practices. So I see a remark coming in. Hope you want to take this one from Monique?
Sure. Sure, we have to be intentional about maintaining momentum. It requires work and balance to keep it moving successfully.
Mm-hmm.
Monique Jackson, thank you so much for
Mm-hmm.
sharing.
Yeah. I think about some of the things that I'm working on, like my projects, my goals, even if I have to like schedule meetings or maybe some things I've been working on, and things that we talk about here at Renewal Center, starting something new. Well, I mean, as you're starting stuff, you want to keep that momentum going so that you can finish it. You want to have the ambition and the enterprise to keep going. Maybe there's something that you're a process in, you're in progress in, and just having the momentum to stay in the game is the boost that we would need. A track runner needs to have that mentality, right? And so let's talk about pacing yourself. Dr. Brown is coming in with the remark. Oh,
One has to take off things that will hinder your momentum. That's good.
wow. I like that. Okay,
Me
so we
too.
know the track runners. Hope.
Yeah. The
You
lighter you are, the better.
you can't run with all of this stuff or
Mhm.
wait. I mean, go ahead and speak to that, Hope. I mean,
Yeah, well, you know what? The thing is, the lighter, the better.
mm-hmm.
And so when you're having just, backpacks, book packs, I mean, some people can still obtain some speed, but you can't be as fast or efficient
Mm,
with all the heaviness on you because eventually you may start off being able to have it, but then after a while, it kind of weighs down on you because we're built to carry so much, even in natural is so just that continuing to move forward. And I love that comment there because it's right. One has to take off things that will hinder your momentum. And so we
mm-hmm.
have to kind of look and see what are the things that would hinder my momentum from going forward. It may be a mindset. It may be how I'm thinking. It may be how my perception is. It may be a thought. It may be unwarranted cares that I'm taking on
This is
in moving forward. And so sometimes you just kind of have to allow those things to drop off. And one thing that, even when that comment that came in from Dr. Paul, I just thought about I thought about someone running, and then as they're running, and this is, yeah, I know you said be off to a good start. They begin to just drop things off as they're going because it's hindering the
mhm.
momentum, it's hindering the flow, it's hindering the consistency and the intentionality of moving forward and moving, toward what you want to do. So I just really appreciate that comment. Even when you're running, one thing I found out about running is that you have to be what they call light on your feet. It's kind of like in order to gain that
So good.
thrust, you have to be very, I would say, focused and lightweight. And sometimes for us in the natural, our minds are heavy and things are heavy, and it causes us not to be lightweight so that we can continue the momentum. Because when
Mm,
you're carrying that stuff and it starts getting heavy, you can't continue that momentum because then it starts to be like, okay, it's getting
that's good.
heavy. And then you have to just drop that up right on off.
Woo! I hope Tea Time community, I hope that you are taking some notes in your Tea Time journal about this. Dr. Brown, he just got through really dropping some good information on that, and Hope just came in there to really bring it on in. Think about that as we're talking about pacing yourself. I'm going to put that back up there. Pacing yourself is so important. As you pace yourself, you make small progresses. When think about all of the things that you're taking with you in this journey. You really want to pace yourself to not only just not be weighted down, but to avoid burnout. And Hope just really brought that in. Pacing yourself helps us to take our time to
Hmm.
avoid burnout because and that's where self-care and self-compassion come in. As we're number one, we don't want to carry so much of a load. And I love the analogy that Hope had, as a track runner. And this is what we're kind of using. They can't run with all of this weight. This is so good. I mean, we can apply this to so many things, like she said, the mindset and all of that as we move forward, as we're pacing ourselves, as we're really moving in momentum, just like that spinning wheel. If you do it too hard and too much force, what's going to happen? I know, even I remember what happened back in the day. It stops right then and there, or you lose traction right then.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
this is a really
Mhm.
good analogy. Thank you for sharing that, Hope. I see, yeah, Charlisa, it is good stuff. This is really good stuff. And so let's talk more about momentum. Here we are. We're talking about good starts, warming up. We're talking about pacing yourself. And so something that we always talk about here at the Renewal Center during tea time, motivational inner chatter. Sometimes not only we want to monitor what we say to ourselves, but we want to
Mhm.
boost ourselves and motivate ourselves and take encouragement from others. When the track runner is out running, sometimes he has a cheering squad out there and the audience is cheering him
Mhm.
on. Come on, you can do it. Let's go. Sometimes
Mhm.
we can take that encouragement from others. They're here to cheer us on. They're there rooting for us. Who's on your team? Who's in your circle to help you, motivate you to keep the momentum this summer, this day, as we're moving on, as the runner is running, his inner chatter is so important too, because he wants to say those positive words to himself. Come on, you got this. You can run this. Keep going. Keep the pace. And then he receives that support from others. Now, I used to run distance. I tried sprint and all that. They didn't work out for me, but I used to run distance. Distance requires endurance too. I mean, it really requires you got to tell yourself,
Yeah.
come on, you can do this. Keep going.
Yeah.
Stay focused. You got this. It's that inner chatter that
Mhm.
really uh, motivates us to keep going. And then you might have some people on the sidelines. Come on, you can do this. Keep going. Keep running.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we're actually using that today as a place to motivate us and inspire us, Tea Time community. And you can take this and share this with others, that momentum matters. Go ahead and put that in the chat. Go ahead and hashtag that. Momentum matters. It really does,
Yes.
because it gives us the energy, it gives us the effort, and it builds resilience to keep going. When you want to, that inner chatter sometimes comes in, but we want to keep moving. And so, as we're talking on about momentum, let's go to our next renewal practice, which is breathe and recharge, fuel up and gas up. So when we're running that race, it's important to take the time to breathe. That means to locate ourselves. Where are we? How are we doing?
Yeah.
How are we doing with this plan? Go ahead, Hope. I see you got something you want to share.
Oh yeah, that's doing the check-ins is for me is very important. Taking time to reflect on my progress,
Mm-hmm.
taking time to reflect also on maybe anything that may be challenging my progression and momentum as well.
Yeah, it's good.
So allowing, even as we're in momentum, allowing the changes to take place
Mm,
and being able to navigate when the things and the momentum of the details may change, meaning that I may have started off this way, but some things within it needed to change to continue for me to continue forth in momentum. So also being able to navigate the changes that take place while you're in the race, while you're, building up
yeah.
momentum, it may be necessary to, have different changes and navigate that in that place so you can continue to move forward. The thing about it is, and this is something that Dr. Paul always says in some of his quotes, it says, keep pressing,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's kind of like keep pressing, keep moving, keep that momentum, keep the press. And when I hear that, sometimes keeping the
Press.
press, it's like you're pressing, but sometimes you have to kind of go and then you have to keep pressing and keep going. And so I just want to encourage someone too. It doesn't matter the speed of your momentum. It doesn't matter the speed of your momentum, meaning if you keep moving steadily, meaning some people may be like a turtle, some people may be like, fast like a tiger, or those. I'm just comparing different analogies of things that may be fast, or may be medium. But the thing about it is to keep your momentum. And so even if you're moving in small, increments, it's still important. So
Mm-hmm.
your movement in increments is just as important as someone movement that's moving fast. That maybe, I'm not saying fast, but maybe at a more
Mm-hmm.
faster speed. And so that's why it's sometimes good not to compare my momentum with somebody else's momentum. So
See,
I
we
don't
can
need to be
do that.
comparing myself to someone else's momentum. Embrace your own momentum and your own journey in moving forward.
Mhm.
And also, I'm going to add this, and I'll be quiet.
Oh no,
Celebrate
this is
your
good.
momentum. Celebrate your steps.
Yes.
Celebrate that you are still in the race, and you're still moving forward. Sometimes we look at what may not be happening, but then we need to take a look and adjust our perspective to see actually what is happening.
All
And that's
right.
something that you talk about, Carmela, which is being grateful.
Yeah.
And being grateful is looking at not what's not there, but looking at
Mhm.
what is there and building off of that.
Woo, this is good, y'all. We having a good Tea Time Tuesday today. This is motivational, and I love what Hope said. And trust me, we did not talk about this beforehand. So we are right in sync today. And like she said, navigating, when we're talking about breathing and recharging and refueling, it's talking about navigating, retracking your progress. You want to rethink things, whatever the process is. You want a time of reflection. How am I doing? How am I implementing this? You want to stop and take that moment to breathe and to recharge. I love these remarks that are coming in. Yes, Charlotte, let's see. Uh, Monique is saying it's important to assess each step of the way to learn and grow. Yes, absolutely. It's
Yes.
so important. It's so essential. You want to take Charlize's?
Sure, keep moving forward. Every step forward is progression towards the end goal. Thank you so much for sharing that, Charlisa. That's great.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I love these. Thank you, Hope. I'm telling you, gratitude, like you
Hashtag
said, having
gratitude.
gratitude. And Dr. Paul saying, "What is happening?"
What
So
is happening?
we we got to assess where we are. We
Yes.
gotta breathe and stop and recharge. Living in faith every day.
Celebrate yourself.
Celebrate yourself. This is so good. Aren't we being motivated today? We're being motivated. Let's keep this moving. Let's keep this momentum. Yeah, let's keep this momentum. And we're going to look at our next renewal practice after we refuel and recharge and look how we're navigating and we're looking at rethinking things. Now it's time to stay in your lane, just like Hope has said. We got to stay in our lane, so to speak. Like she was saying, uh, as we keep the pace, it's easy to get distracted to see how other runners are progressing or
Hmm.
how others are progressing. But we can keep
Hmm.
in mind that our process of the day or what we're doing may need to be specific just for us. We might have to have those necessary steps that are unique to us. So staying focused, staying in our lane matters. It helps us to maintain momentum. It's so easy to look at the other runner. Now, it's so easy to have that, that peripheral vision, or you see them running and get distracted, but for us to stay in our own lane, in our own vein of what we're doing, whatever our attention is on whatever we're focusing on, it's so important that we maintain that to stay in our own lane. And like Hope was saying, it's not more or less as I think about running distance. The person that might be past me real fast, I still got to keep at my pace and I'll eventually get there, right? But it's all about maintaining the momentum that we have because we don't want to try to
Hmm.
keep up with what they're doing. We burn out.
No.
I kind of did that a long time ago, trying to keep up. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, but you've got to take your time and really focus and stay on your lane, which leads us to our last renewal practice. And we're going to talk about that. Something that we were just saying, keep your eyes on the focal point. You want to stay focused. Stay razor vision, have that razor focus outcome in your mind already. Have the tunnel vision and the intentionality about the endeavor that you're going to be working on this June, this week, this quarter. This is just a way of us to stay focused on even the renewal practices. So if we look at a runner, they're warming up, but their whole mindset is to finish. Their whole focal point is the finish line. And so in order to get there, we look at using momentum as a tool, as an empowerment tool for us today in our time. So we're going to wrap this up and wrap up our time today. And Tea Timers, we're so excited. Go ahead and put your thoughts in the chat. And
Yes.
we've seen these areas, 7 areas that we can use to keep the momentum. We've looked at these areas, warming up. I'll go back over them real quick. We looked at warming up, making a great start, pacing yourself, that motivational inner chatter that we need to have, that empowerment piece, taking time to navigate and breathe and stop, staying in our lane, focusing on what we're doing, and then focusing on the end game makes a big difference in what we're
Yes.
doing. So as we're taking this renewal practices, let's ask ourselves some thought-provoking questions. Maybe you want to pick one out of these 3 to see how you're doing. Use it as a launching pad for yourself to keep the momentum. So, Hope, you want to read the first one?
Sure. All right. In what areas can I incorporate momentum?
Okay. And what areas can I incorporate momentum? What plans? What endeavors? What activities am I working on? What am I implementing? What practices am I using? What am I doing now? And how can I focus on that? What area of my life or whatever can I incorporate more momentum? I'm going to read number 2. What aspect of keeping the momentum that we talked about today is the most important to me? So you guys think about all of the different things we talked about. Which one of those do you want to extract? What do you want to, what do you want to work on? And these are open-ended questions that you can elaborate in your journal. It's just not one thing, but how, think about that. And then Hope, if you could read the last one.
Sure. How will I begin implementing momentum?
How? These are open-ended. So you can write in your journal today, okay, I know what areas I want to incorporate. Maybe these are different aspects of keeping the momentum that jumped out at me today. So now how am I going to implement them? Not just take this renewal practice and, we're done with renewal practice today, but how am I going to, implement these things and keep the momentum while I'm doing it? So these are some really good things that we can take on today. And some remarks are coming in, but these are some good takeaways. What is your takeaway today? Let me go ahead and put this in here. Hope Living in Faith has a comment.
Sure. Thank you for the wonderful mid-year check-in. I'm currently focusing on pacing myself as I have a history of burnout.
Mm,
Thanks for sharing.
yeah, that's very transparent. Yeah, because some of us do burn out. We start off real good, and then span of months go by or whatever, and it's like we're burning out in it. But thank you for sharing that. And Dr. Brown, he has a remark coming in too.
Approaching these practices of momentum will enable one to finish well. Thank you so
Mhm.
much for sharing, Dr. Paul Brown. Thank you.
And so this has been really good today. I hope and I are excited that you took the time to come out to Tea Time Tuesday today. Try to get a little motivated and a little boost in our step to just refocus again on momentum and what it means to us in our everyday living and some of the things that we've been learning here at Tea Time.
Yes.
And of course, some of the other things you're working on. So we want to say thank you all so much. As you're thinking of anything while we're going over the announcements that we want to share today, go ahead and put in your takeaway. Maybe there's one thing you want to take away from it, or which one of these things stood out. So we're going to go ahead and talk about how you can support the Renewal Center and our upcoming announcements. Okay, Hope?
All right. All right. And this is Giving Tuesday. If you've never joined us on a Giving Tuesday, this is the day for you to join. We are a nonprofit organization, and we have an operational budget at the Renewal Center there in Concord, North Carolina. And we invite you to join us in agreement with giving to the Renewal Center by sowing, and also our giving challenge as well for spring. So we challenge you to be able to give. On the screen here, you'll see the 5 different ways that you can you're able to give. It's very convenient at your hand, at your fingertips to be able to give. So we invite you to go ahead and prepare something to be able to give to the Renewal Center as we continue to bring you quality programming and services, not only in Concord, but Concord and beyond. We are thankful for the vision of the Renewal Center. And again, we invite you to be able to give with one of these forms here. We have our website, we have text to give, PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, and if you would like to mail a money order or check, you may do so with the information and the address that's located here right before you. So we invite you to our giving challenge to be able to give and be able to sow into such a phenomenal vision, such a
Amen.
great vision that we've had. We're going on, I think, 4 years, and we want to continue to bring the quality programming and services to you. So we invite you to give to the Renewal Center, which is a nonprofit organization. Thank you in advance for giving. We invite you to reformative prayer, which is going to be held tomorrow. Join us for every June, July, and August for our reformative prayer. Please invite someone to come. This is going to be we're on our second prayer, which is June 12th. Come and
Yes.
let's be in agreement. Come and let's pray together. Come and let's fellowship in a time of prayer in reference to God. We invite you to join us for reformative prayer in July 10th and 17th, August 7th and 14th. And you can use the same link that you get in for reforming culture is the same link that you can get in for reformative summer prayer. Make sure to invite someone to join us for a time of prayer as we go before God. Amen. Thank you all. Look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. All right, ladies, want to see you at our invite you and invite a friend to join us on Saturday, July 13th for our Women at the Well Bible study, which is
Yes.
led by Carmela, Pastor Carmela. This is a great time to come, women, and be refreshed, be renewed with the word of God, a place of transparency, a place that's safe. Come and join us this Saturday, July 13th, 2024. It's going to be a phenomenal time. It's going to be on site as well as Zoom. So Zoom 10:30 fellowship begins. I think it says at 10 a.m. on site. So we want to just thank you all in advance. Make sure to invite someone to join us for this time of fellowship amongst us women as we all need it. Come and be refreshed with the Women at the Well Bible Study Series.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Hope, for the announcements. And we thank all
You
of our
have
team.
one more. I don't know if you have it. Do you have the
Oh, give me a second.
okay.
You got any other announcements? And I can see if I can pull this up.
No, that's fine. Well, I'll just direct you guys. If you can go to our page, we're having a grief recovery session. Okay. This is going to kick off our GPS, and we want to invite you to join us. If you've experienced any type of loss of any kind, or you know anyone that would benefit from this is free. We invite you to join us on August the 30th, which is the National Grief Awareness Day. We want you to join us at think at about 7:30. You can sign up. It is free. Invite
Yes.
someone to come and find out more about our grief recovery GPS that we are kicking off. We know in some way or another grief affects us all and has
Yes.
affected us all. And so the Renewal Center, we're providing services to be able to help people navigate through the life and different things of grief with certified grief recovery specialists we invite you to join us to find out more information and invite someone to join us as well. And so while we're even on, after we get off of this live, we're directing you to go to our website and sign up
Sign
for the
up.
recovery for our
Yes.
actual webinar that we're having. Go ahead and go over to our page, sign up, don't delay. Go ahead and sign up. It's going to be held on at Zoom, but if some people would like to go on site, that's fine. But it's going to be held on Zoom for a time of just being together and the support, and to just find out about our programming with our grief, pain, and stress GPS, and what we actually do and how you can benefit from it. So we just thank you all. So go on over to the Renewal Center page and sign up for
Sign up.
uh, our grief recovery webinar that we're having. All right.
Yes. Wow, this is amazing. Thank you, Hope. I'm sorry about the slide. Didn't have the slide, but as Hope was sharing, you want to get in on this now. Go ahead while it's fresh in your mind. Like Hope said, soon as we end this, go to our page and sign up. We want to get this full. We want a full house for the grief recovery and the GPS webinar. This is going to be amazing. I'm excited. I can't wait to go. I'm ready. I'm going to sign up too. I'll be there. And so this is just amazing. I'm really excited. And so just want to say thank you to everyone today that has joined us for Tea Time Tuesday. Just remember once again that you can use momentum as a wonderful tool, as a motivational tool to keep you motivated and to keep you moving forward and to keep you steady. And so we're going to go ahead and sign off like we always do. Sign off like we always do. We hope everybody has had a good day so far and continue to have a wonderful Tuesday. So we're going to sign off with saying, I am Renewal. Take care of each other. Have a wonderful day.
Wonderful day, everybody.